Hi, girlies. Welcome to Book Please Podcast. It's Elina here, and I have my bestie with me.
Hey guys, it's Amanda.
Our girly Nata is on PTO. So it's the two of us today that you're getting double trouble. We have, we love you, girl. We miss you, Nata. We'll see you next
Yes.
week. I hope
We missed the
everyone.
contrast. There's too many brunettes right
I
now.
know, I know. We're taking over. Maybe I'll have to, just go blonde. My dream.
No, you need to go redhead so we're like all.
Oh no, no. I want to be a blonde. I mean, I love red. It's just I don't know if it's for my complexion.
You're so pretty, you could pull off anything.
Ugh, just keep it going. Mandy, we have had such a day today together, the duo. We went to
Yes.
Pilates. That was so funny.
Wait, you have to tell everyone how we ended up at the same Pilates place.
That was so funny. So I have been looking for something to like change up my workout
And we
routine.
both work out a lot, so just like throw that out there. This is why it
Yes.
would happen.
Literally. And we work out together. We go to the gym. We try new things. And I keep hearing about Legree Pilates, specifically Legree being amazing for your body and like life changing. And I've heard like Lori Harvey does it, Lola Wood, like, and they swear by it. Like you use muscles you like never thought you had. And it's just something, guys, check it out if you're looking for something to
Mhm.
change up your workout. It is unreal. My whole body's shaking. So I texted Amanda. I was like, girl, like this studio I tried is amazing.
And I was like, oh, I do this Legree thing. And
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, that's what I just did. And then I was like, okay, we must have went to the same place. Like we're just like
Yes.
the only one in Fort Lauderdale.
I took the 6:30 class. She took the 5:30 class, literally
Yes.
the same one. So we went together today. And let me tell you the dysfunction. Like we were cracking up. I'm just looking over at this girl in a full split,
I
like
almost fell
laughing.
over.
Oh, she almost died. Face plant. Because you're like, that honestly, Pilates is dangerous on that reformer.
Oh, it's so hard. Like
If
I'm
you
so
let
tiny,
go,
so yeah, I was like trying to like balance myself and the spring almost like took me.
if you let go, that thing will send you like soaring across America. Like it's really scary. Like you're just all like you're holding everything for dear life and like one move and you can just like go flying, I feel like. But I
Well, I
have
only
to
did that twice.
just twice today. And it was so funny because like you took a break and you were like taking pictures of me working out. Like
Check out our
I
Instagram.
was like on my reformer in like a split, and she's like, "Oh, that's a cute one of you." I was like, "Girl." I have to say, if you guys are ever looking for, like, I have been on this journey for such a long time. I feel like working out with somebody really holds you accountable. It's like
Hmm.
something that I find has really like helped keep me motivated, ensures that I'm going to go, gets me excited about it. And I also would suggest that if you're somebody that's like struggling, like even if you don't have someone to go with, it's sometimes hard to match schedules, make it an appointment. Like make it as if you have a meeting for work or something and say, block off the time and say, like, put it in your calendar. I
Hmm.
know you're a calendar girly, Amanda, like as if
Obsessed.
this is your time to do this for you. So it's like
Hmm.
you have to, because you're going to keep putting it off and making excuses, and then the day's over. So I
Yeah.
feel like you schedule that time with yourself, then you're
Hmm.
more likely to do it.
Yeah, and like you said, if you are someone that can't like commit, like I prefer to go to the gym when I feel like it, when I want to go. But if you have like class pass or you join a studio, especially for class pass, if you cancel within 24 hours, you're getting charged. So it kind of forces you to go. So you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm definitely going to go. It's way too late to cancel. So if you're someone that needs that to start off with, it's super helpful.
ClassPass and other resources like it are amazing because
Mind
it's like,
body. Mhm.
yeah, those apps basically let you purchase credits and then you can go to all local participating gyms. You can try all different classes. We use it. We do sometimes boxing, sometimes yoga.
Mhm.
You can try a different gym session, like try, you can book gym time, just do weights. So that really is nice to change it up to keep you going. And again, it like sets a time so you have to do it at that time or you're literally going to lose money. So I think also obviously food is like a big part
That's
of
where I struggle. This girl eats
fitness.
Chick-fil-A way too much.
Well, I will say this. Um, it's a lifestyle change. It's not sustainable because I have done everything in the book and it is such a painful journey. You have to have things that you look forward to that you like. So for me, it what works really well is like modifying diets to like something I'm craving and in a way that's like a little bit healthier, whether that's portion control or just making it a little differently. Like I love Mexican food, for example. Like I love tacos. I love like that kind of stuff. And I'll make taco bowls with lean ground turkey beef. Shout out
Mhm.
Jenny O because that's such a good brand. I make the lean ground turkey beef and it's like 93% lean and I cook it. You can put very light oil in there. You can use spray and you put like a couple things in there. Like you can put some beans and you can use a dollop of Greek yogurt for sour cream.
Mhm.
Or like if you really want like a pasta or something, you can find alternatives that are like veggie noodles. You can make them out of zucchini. You can use like they have chickpea noodles. The Bonza brand is really good. Like I feel like that way you're satisfying your crazy craving and you find things that work for you and you have things to look forward to because otherwise you're going to hate your life and it's going to just be like a remedy for now and not a long-term solution.
And it also depends on what your goal is too. Like me and you have two completely different goals. Like I'm trying to thicken up.
And I am
So
thicker than a
that's why I kind of
snippet.
eat whatever I want because I need like to lots of protein. I need my muscle to get nice and big.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to
So I'm not a
not.
salad girl at all. Don't ever. Whenever people are like, "Where can I get a good salad?" I'm like, "I do not eat salads. I may look like I eat salads, but I do not eat salads."
But even me last night, I was like, okay, my goal is different than yours, right? Because I would like to trim some more. So I had a burger, but I had it bunless with a piece of
Hmm.
vegan cheese on top and some avocado. And
Oh,
it's
I need
so
that
good. And
too.
then you're like, oh, I had a burger. You know what I mean? But then there
Hmm.
was no bun. And then I
Yeah, you
had
can
like
still enjoy it. Yep, without having to like.
exactly. And I roasted like some sweet potatoes and carrots. I put them in the air fryer. And then it's
Oh,
like just
the air fryer.
perfect.
Anything in an air fryer is delicious. If you do not own an air fryer, don't go and buy a huge one. Buy like a normal size one because I would say the one I have, actually, I feel like I could have went bigger, but it's so big already. It takes up so much room on my counter. But
Yeah.
some like Brussels sprouts with a little balsamic in there. But I do put oil in it, even though you're not supposed to. But
Oh,
I
you're
still put.
not?
Oh well, no, I think it's supposed to be healthy, like not.
Oh, I see what you mean. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I thought it I was like, is that gonna ruin things?
I tried to make wings once, and I was like, no, these wings need oil.
Yeah, I'm sure a little bit is
Hmm.
okay. Like everything in moderation. I mean, and we're all normal. Like everyone give yourself a cheat. And you don't want to honestly, like there were times where I would diet to such an extreme that I'd try to like eat normal again and I'd feel so sick.
Oh, of course.
And also
Hmm.
everything would come right back. Like it's just not sustainable. Just like,
Hmm.
have patience. We believe in you. Get it, girlies.
Hmm. Honestly, you'll feel better too. I feel like when you eat healthy, do healthy things, you just feel happier. It makes you, even with like cutting back on like drinking, that like drinking for like 1 week without drinking is like my body. But this girl likes to go out, so.
Yes. No, as you should let yourself have that time. But I think this too, like when you are living a healthier lifestyle, like you just want to do things that are better for you, just in
Hmm.
general, right, Mandy girl?
Yes, all the time, Weenie.
We
Yes,
have
we have
the
cute little nicknames.
funniest little nicknames for each other. And did you ever do this in your high school where you guys would nickname the boys you were dating as like the most random object or whatever it was that was like tied to the
What cracks
person?
me up is you guys are dating and you give them a nickname.
How do you not? Okay, did you do this
Girls
though?
got nicknames, but not guys.
What? Okay, so like there would be like I guess I don't
Must
even
be a
know.
Jersey thing.
Maybe it's like it's kind of like the before it's your boyfriend. So it's like, oh, this is
Mm.
like sneaker boy, or this is like some random thing related, or it could be like such a random object. Like if my best friend Steph in high school could hear this, she knows that the guy I was dating all of high school was Banana, and that he was always
I don't want to know why he was called
there's a
banana.
oh no, that's not at all. That has
I
nothing.
where's your head going? 'Cause I'm
It's
thinking
about
tall like a banana, like thin and tall.
oh no. It literally had to do with like he always wore a certain color. It's just so funny that we used to do that. Let me ask you something. When you were like with guys that you used to date, are you the type of like block and delete girl, like never see or speak to you again, like you disappear, or like you have these people lingering in your life? Like, are you friends with them?
Um, it depends how long we dated and how it ended. Like, if
Mm.
you done cheated, there's
Oof,
no
yes,
effing way I'm talking to your ass again.
for
But then
sure.
there's some that like we just didn't work out, but we're still like cordial. There's some that I can be friends with, and then there's some that I'm just like, I could be happy to never see you again. I
Yeah.
wish you well, even if things ended badly. I feel like even with age, like the more older I get, the more I'm just like want the best for everyone, regardless of what I went through with them. But yeah, it just depends. But I would say 90% of my exes I am not friends with.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think it's healthy too when you move into another relationship to have that lingering, like,
Hmm.
but I would say for me, in terms of being able to get over somebody, if it's somebody that really affected me and that I truly like think about or can't get over, it's like you have to be blocked. You have to be blocked. Your friends need to be blocked or muted. Like, I don't, it's not even like, oh my God, you did this to me. It's like, I can't see what you're doing because I'll be sick. Like, sometimes you guys, like, I just feel like if you're having trouble getting over somebody, clear that, take that energy out
Mm.
of your life. You don't need to see what they're posting or doing or checking in. Like, it's not easy, but if you know it's inevitable that you have to move forward, sometimes things like that are holding you back. Just even like checking in and all of that stuff is so unhealthy, and it like ties you into that place. And there were times where I even had to tell my friends, like, do not tell me. Like, I don't want to get the updates like,
Mm.
oh, he's dating this girl, oh, this is happening. I don't want to know. I need to move forward.
That makes
So
sense. Oh,
like,
I didn't think about it like that. I'm just like, oh yeah, because yeah, I'd probably obsess and like, oh, wonder what they're doing. But I feel like
for
once I
sure.
don't care about you like that anymore, then I'm like, oh, do what you want. Oh, you're dating. Oh, good for you.
Yes, that's how you know if I cared. If I didn't block you on everything, then I didn't care. If you were blocked, what about like friendships? Do you feel like if you lose touch with a friend, like, and you see them around, like, are you guys still cordial?
So this is my thing. So I have a best friend from back home. Farah,
Mhm,
shout out, love you. We've been friends since after high school. We grew up in the same town, but became friends college.
mhm.
And literally, we can go months without talking, and we'll like text like, "Hey, how you doing? Checking in." Like, "Oh, I'll be home. Like, let's do something." And I love that. I love like the
Yes.
life updates. I can't do the like, "Wow, you haven't talked to me in a year, and now you like want to hang." Like, how old are we? Like you're busy, I'm busy. I don't think that should be very unless we like hang out every single day. And then it's like, oh, we haven't
It
hung out in like, then
yeah.
that's different. But no, I'm super. I feel like, and if I fall out with someone, I wish them the best, especially girls.
I think that's so normal now, though. Like, we
Mhm.
can't all be just like on our phones, seeing each other every other day. Like, we have so much going on with work, with relationships, with whatever is going on, that it's hard to always keep up. I feel like that's how it is with a lot of my friendships, where it's like we're not talking every day, but it's like we will be there any second that
Of
somebody
course. Hmm.
needs one of us, or like we'll do like a check-in every once in a while and do like a FaceTime catch up where you like talk for like 2 hours and update each other on everything, and then you're like, "Okay, we're good now." Like,
Yeah, I love those friendships. Those I absolutely love. I can't do the like if you're mad at me and you don't tell me you're mad at me. Like I like transparency, keeping it 100. If you tell me you're a needy person, I'm gonna be like, listen, this friendship's not gonna work out because I don't want to see you every day.
oh my God, girl, I just have to say there are times when that is something that I hate the most, especially being like the type of person I am, like always worrying about what the other person thinks, feels,
I used to be like
whatever.
that.
It's like such a toxic thing. If somebody is like not saying something and being weird with me, just please say it. Like,
Yes.
I hate that shit.
Let's move
Like,
forward. Let's talk
like
it
it's
out. Yeah.
just like, and it's over like something that it's like you literally don't like, and not in a mean way, but it's like, wait, actually that's not even what happened at all. And you've just like, if you're not talking to the
Hmm.
person about it, how are you going to even know where it's coming from or how someone feels or why they did something or said something or didn't
Hmm.
tell you to come somewhere? It's like over the silliest things. Like, but I also think that sometimes there's a way to have like respect with some there. I found that not just myself but my friends now, we've grown up, and there's some girls that we were friends with before that, we've kind of grown into different people and we can't really relate to them or their lifestyles. And it's like, we wish you well, we love you, we
Hmm.
respect you, but sometimes we just don't align on a lot of things anymore. And that has been a struggle for me to like fully be able to be like, okay, I can't really invest in this friendship, but I love you and I wish you well.
Yeah, friendship from afar.
My therapist said to me, your time is currency. And I will always just try and just like make it work for other people. And I feel bad and I'm like, oh, they need me. But it's like I feel so drained and like such negativity and like whatever it is after we hang out or like can't relate to like the things they want to do. And sometimes, Cash,
Oh, let's see, baby. He wants a
sometimes,
little preview.
Cash,
Come
do you
in.
want to come on to book, please?
Hi,
Why are you
baby.
making so much noise, Bubba?
Auntie Mandy misses
Look,
you. Look
look.
at,
Is
did
your
you get a
what's
haircut?
happening to your hair? Are
Did
you
you get a
sleeping?
haircut? Oh, a little cute. Look at that ear. Look at that ear. Ah,
There's
that's it.
nothing
He's
more.
joining the pod.
There's nothing more. This is our blonde for the day. Sorry, Nata.
Oh, look at
Sorry.
him. So cute.
We love
Mm,
you. Okay, bye,
we
Cash.
do.
Stop making
Okay.
noise.
All right. Back to the advice from therapy.
But yeah, I just feel like it's okay to grow apart from people and it's not always your burden to take care of every little thing or feel like
Hmm.
obligated. And that's something I feel like I've struggled with for a while. You, on the other hand,
You need to read the book "Set Boundaries, Find Peace" because that book has taught me not to be a people pleaser. Not, I'm telling you, I used to be just like, yeah, I look at you and I'm just like, oh, I feel so
you're
much
like,
more
you
like
were, I was there 10 years
I
ago.
was there like, no, like a year ago. But now I just like, if it doesn't make me happy, if it's not making my life better, if it's not making my pockets bigger, like like I
Oof,
don't see the
preach.
need for like. Why stress myself? Why, or even people like there's a handful of people that if you call me, I'm there for you. I will drop everything to be there for you. Obviously, you're
Yes.
one of them. But and then
Hmm.
there's people that I'm just like, okay, you
Likewise.
only call me when you need something. So, I'm not gonna be that person that's, oh, I know
Hmm.
she'll always be there, even though I wouldn't be there for her. So
Yes.
I'm gonna get you that book.
Yes. Oh, you're the cutest. I do need to read something like that. I struggle with setting a boundary. And the truth is like what are you so worried about? Just vocalizing like, "Hey, this is what I need."
Hmm.
And it's like if that person isn't willing to do it or like gets defensive or like doesn't understand you, like does that person have your best interest anyways?
Exactly. Hmm.
It's just so silly, and it's like, if you think about it in the reverse, if somebody ever said to me like, "Hey, I need this," or when this happens, like, I can't be a part of those or whatever the situation, it's like, I have no issue. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, of course. Like, I'm so glad you told me." So it's like,
Hmm.
why I can't do it is a whole other story. But
Honestly, I
that's
feel like you
okay.
already know. Like you just acknowledged it. And reading that
Mhm.
book, I was just like, they're like, you set the boundary. If this person keeps testing that, then it's you did what you did and you told them what you needed. And if they're not gonna meet you halfway, then that person's not need to be in your life. And
Ugh,
it's,
couldn't have
so
said it better.
like a weight's lifted off of you. It's so,
Yeah.
but like you said, I wish everyone the best. Like just because you're not my cup of tea anymore, just because I want to do things differently than you want to do, and I love people for their differences. I don't want all my friends to be like me at all. Like
Yeah.
I love how
Totally.
sweet you are. I
Thanks, girl. So are you though. But
wouldn't change you.
I no, I agree though. People are different and that's okay. Like I celebrate
Mhm.
you
Exactly.
and that's it. Well,
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it better myself. We should move on to our book because I could get into this all day. And
I know. I'm already like, what else can we talk about?
I know, honestly. And so, so let's get into it. We read A Stranger in the House by Shari Lapena. We're on part 2 of the book, which is chapters 16 to 32. So now where we've picked up is we are getting into the meat of the story. So now the detectives are digging deeper. They realize that, first it starts off with they realize Karen got a phone call on her landline, not her cell phone. It was untraceable. Who was this person? They're putting the pieces together. Then they discover the detective starts thinking, oh, maybe he's seen this before. It feels like she's inauthentic. It appears like she just popped up at 30 years old in New York City and has no prior history. So then he starts thinking like, does she have a separate identity? What is her past? Bridget plants the same seed at Tom. She calls Tom and says like, at first we didn't know where Tom was. So they're piecing things together. We realize Tom is missing now as the detectives are asking questions. They've turned things on Tom, and Tom's like, "What are you talking about?" From 8:20 to 9:20, he was missing. He said at 8:20 he left the office. Security confirmed that with work, but it takes 15 minutes to get home. Why did it take you an hour? We didn't know. He said he went for a drive. Karen's looking at her husband, and she knows he doesn't like to drive. So they're putting all of the pieces together. Then we find out that Tom and Bridget had an affair. And Bridget had
Wait, when you
asked,
say affair, you mean
yes,
Bridget was cheating with her husband, but Tom
yes,
was single.
and
Hmm.
misled Tom. Let's just talk about this before we go any further.
Yeah, Bridget
First of
was a hot
all,
mess.
I called this last week. I knew there
You
was
did. You did.
involvement,
I
but
was so disappointed when you were right because I'm like, she thought good.
so when we were at this point, at first I was like affair, but then it's clarified that it was only while Bridget was married she deceived Tom into saying my marriage had fallen apart. And as soon as he found out, that it was immediately stopped. There's something fishy here because she
100%.
had said, "Okay, come and meet me here," because she wanted to tell him about a man that was snooping around. And this is where he was for the hour that is unaccounted for. She never showed up.
Okay, let me tell you what I think with that. I
Yes,
think she was going to go, but then I thought that she saw Karen leave. So she's like, instead, I'm going to go follow Karen. So I already think Bridget killed the man just because she wanted to set up Karen. So that's my thoughts.
5,000%. Yes.
Hmm.
That's exactly what I think.
Hmm.
Bridget is so entranced by this world that she wants to be Karen. And she literally is probably framing Karen
Yep,
at this point.
100%.
So we find out that Bridget was escaping her abusive husband. She framed her own death so that she could leave. He threatened her life if she ever left. So she knew she had to do something drastic to cut herself off completely from this man. And he was the one who had called on the landline that night, gave the information of the restaurant, said this is the address, otherwise she would never have been there, and said that he threatened Tom's life if she didn't show up. So she knew she had to go, grabbed her gloves, grabbed her gun for protection.
Okay, why do you think she grabbed gloves?
I do feel like she's innocent. I think that she grabbed
I agree, she's
gloves
innocent.
to just, you do have a gun with you, like just in case for protection or whatever, so that nothing comes back to you. It was just like a thought, like, okay, if I end up using this, God forbid, like I have,
I
she
don't
said she's
know.
never
I
touched that gun without gloves. So
I
to
feel
me,
like
I still think it's Bridget.
I agree. See, I agree with Tom where he's just like, I really don't know this woman. Where it's like, I feel like we all think she's like, I would never do this. Like, even though I don't remember, I know I would never kill someone. But then the gloves part just kind of does it for me because it's like you're already expect if it's your gun, your fingerprints can be on it. You know, it's
But
hers.
it's not her gun. It's not registered to her. She didn't
Oh,
purchase
it's
it.
not.
And she
Oh,
told her lawyer later on when she confessed the
oh,
story that she's never touched it without gloves. So that's probably
okay.
why she had the gloves.
So she's not as
And
messy as I think.
that's why I think it was Bridget, like, because Karen was saying, okay, he's dead now. So we can assume that just that one incident with the glass on the counter, maybe was just her paranoia because she's like, he's dead. So now those things are done. But it continues to happen, and we come to find out that it is Bridget from across the street
Mhm.
who is unhappy with her life, who's become obsessed with the Krupps, who had this situationship with Tom, and just literally wants to be Karen. And I think she definitely set her up. She sounds evil.
Yeah.
And she's like almost trying to convince herself. She's like, she hasn't been a good friend to me
And
anyways.
she's trying to make her mad too. So Tom's like, she's crazy, all this stuff being moved. But my thing too, like, how does she still have a key? Like, Tom didn't think,
She made a
I,
copy though when she and gave it back to him.
oh, so
So he
crazy.
doesn't
He should have
know.
changed his locks, is what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't, no offense. I mean, I feel like us females can get a little, but I think for sure he should have changed the locks. Like,
There, but he probably just thought he got the key back. But there are
She's already a
times,
liar too. Like I don't know.
yeah, I know. I just guess you never think. I think Tom too has battled back and forth with, how he feels about the situation with Karen because he's questioned her as well, and is, kind of like, who is my wife? Like, he's gone back and forth about this. Bridget tried to plant the seed with Tom, so it shows like kind of her motives there. But I don't like how, and then Tom like kind of was very understanding when he walked in on her packing her bags and all that stuff. But again, he's going back and forth about it.
I think Tom's messed up for now. Like this woman's getting close to your wife, like laughing in her face, knowing she used to be with you and you're letting them be friends, like messy. Like it's just so disrespectful. And then Bridget needs a life.
At this point, too, that's the thing. Tom is sitting here saying all these things like, I can't trust her and like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you also should take this time to be like, hey, while we're like clearing the air about all these things, this is where I was that night. And I mean, as far as we can tell, like
Yeah.
he's totally clean. This happened before. It's not like he hangs up on her every time she calls. Like
Mm-mm.
obviously he knows how she is. So I'm not understanding why he will not just tell her the
She's gonna
situation.
find out. If it goes
She's
to trial.
going to find out.
Yes.
How ridiculous. And you know what
Yeah.
I really found interesting and kind of nice, how when these pieces come together, because it's almost like this impending thing swirling around. We're just waiting for her to get charged with murder. The detective is putting the pieces together. Finally, they find that jewelry has been pawned. They go to the jewelry store and they're like, this is our ticket, because they know that they probably belong to this wealthy man, and followed it to a little 14-year-old boy's home, got the wallet. And then he realizes who Karen is, Georgina Trainer, who
Hmm.
was married to Robert Trainer, who is the dead guy. Now, I really was impressed by the detective when he sort of took a sympathetic turn, because in the whole story, I felt like, oh my gosh, he's just out to get her. He's out to get her. And then he's like, wow, like maybe she was just trying to escape her husband, like kind of put it, because it seems pretty obvious at that
Yeah,
point.
of course.
Why would you fake your death and try and run? Obviously, a bad situation. And he felt bad. And I was like, oh my goodness, detective. Like,
I also thought
he
she had a really
surprised
good
me.
lawyer. Like I think her lawyer telling her not to show up to that meeting. Wait till they arrest you. He said
Yeah, they
they have
keep
nothing on you. Don't go
saying
voluntarily.
everything to this to the damn detectives, and it's
And while we're
silly.
talking about this topic, I just want to
Yes.
say,
Yeah.
people protect yourself, lawyer up, don't say anything you don't have to say. Like keep
Yes.
your mouth shut. Keep your
Close
mouth
the
shut.
door.
Even if you
Like,
get into a car accident, you don't say anything on that 911. You just say there was an
yes,
accident. Send someone. That's it.
do
I
not
learned this
speak.
in a class,
You know what I
criminal
thought
justice major.
was so weird? The lawyer said to her, and maybe I'm just not up on my like facts, but the lawyer said to her, don't say anything that would, I have to be honest in my position in representing you. Like, I can't lie
Mm.
to the court. So don't tell me anything that's going to, make it difficult for me. So they had to speak hypothetically. I thought that was strange, because can't you straight up tell your lawyer, like, I did it and there was a gun and how do we hide this?
So if you watch movies, I feel like yes. But I just watched. Did you watch Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix?
Love Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh, I love the guy.
Guys, go watch it.
Yeah, so good. So the part, I don't know if you saw the latest season, but he's representing some girl that he was like seeing,
Yes.
and she's like, "Do you believe me that I didn't do it?" He said, "It doesn't matter if you did it or not." He said, "I have to get you off. Like you can say what you want, but like it doesn't matter. Like So I feel like that was just like he says, you can literally tell me you did it, but I still am gonna get. I'm not. You can't. I feel like you can't have a moral compass, especially when you're defending someone
No,
that's, you
totally.
know.
But why did the lawyer say to her, like, don't say anything that I can't?
Like maybe her saying like she got her memory back and like what happened, and then if the cops ask her the same question, like knowing she's lying, I don't know how you go about
Yeah,
that, but
maybe he has to say, maybe he can't lie about her getting her memory back. I don't know. That was interesting to
yeah.
me, something for us to look up.
Also, now I'm wondering if maybe they're gonna call him onto the stand.
I know. So
A little
very
foreshadowing.
interesting. So
But
very
I'm
interesting.
pretty sure you can tell your lawyer if you killed someone if they're defending you.
Yeah.
I mean, they may want to fire you. I
Weigh
mean,
in the comments because I don't know.
yeah, where's all our legal peeps? Let us know what's up.
Please.
Even the movie Lincoln Lawyer, I feel like didn't the guy tell his lawyer that he did kill someone?
Yeah, I
And then
don't.
the lawyer set it up so that
Let
he
me
got caught
Google
without his
this.
help.
Let me pull out my cell phone, peep the merge. Cute. Okay, I found it. Attorney-client confidentiality is real. This is
Mm.
according to Burnham Law. Everything you share with your attorney is privileged and is not divulged, so you never need to worry about admitting guilt to your attorney
Oh.
that will result in the DA learning of your situation. Oh, but maybe technically the lawyer needs to use choice words though to not lie.
Well, the lawyer, she told the lawyer everything. She told the lawyer she
Yeah,
brought the
but not
gun.
about the yeah, but not really because he said hypothetically would there maybe have been a gun.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And
He did say it
she's
like
like,
that.
hypothetically. Yeah, anyways, I'm harping on a silly point, but I found that so strange.
I love legal shit, so I want to know. I want to know my rights. I want
Yes.
to protect myself.
No, for sure. Like we should all know there's so many things like that people just don't even
When I watch
realize.
crime shows, I'm just like, this can't be real. This can't be real. Like these people are literally like purging themselves. What is going on?
You know who can't be real, Bridget? This bitch is crazy. Can
Bridget
we
is
just
crazy.
this okay, she's so
She's like the worst
pushy
neighbor
and
to have.
aggressive. Remember when this is what I wanted to say about that situation. They kept opening the door to these lawyers, welcoming them into the house, like free for all. Also, when Bridget went across the street and knocked on the door right after that whole situation where they expressed everything to the lawyer, the truth has come out, all the cards are on the table. It's exhausting. Karen walks in the door and Bridget marches across the street. She's like, I gotta go right now. This crazy bee. She's like, I gotta go right now, knocks on the door. And Karen's like trying to get her to leave. She's like, look, I'm tired. I've had a long day. I need to lie down. And she still forces her way in. And
Hmm.
that creepy moment when the detectives were there and she went in the house and left the brownies, I knew something was up. Come to find out, she's been in the house pretending to be Karen, laying on the bed, spraying her perfume.
Hmm.
She's
So crazy.
100% framing Karen.
It's
And
mental.
I don't believe the part that she said, oh, my sister had a crisis, so I didn't show up.
Yeah, no, I think she
Like,
followed Karen. She wanted to know what was going on.
there's just no way.
I'm sorry, man, but none of you guys can make me that crazy.
I mean, that's beyond. And it's beyond. And like
Yeah.
I thought it was strange too how they harped on so much of of her infertility journey.
Oh, and then she's saying she thinks Tom's sperm count's better than her husband's.
The other, oh my gosh.
Remember that part? I was like,
That's
what?
crazy.
Yeah.
And then the piece may come back. I don't really know if this is a stretch, but I find it interesting that her husband works at a funeral home, like
Mm.
deals with dead bodies. Maybe she has access to hiding something. Like there could be resources there with a morgue or something like that that could clean up whatever Bridget has done.
Yep, she's gonna be the one to show up. Hey, honey, and then just like rips her
Yeah,
stuff.
you don't even know. And she's
Mm.
obviously crazy. So I guess we'll find out. The way that we left it off was Tom and you know, Tom has gone through a journey too because when he caught her picking up her stuff to leave, he convinced her to stay. He's like, you can't run. Plus, it's like
Hmm.
she was like, I don't want you involved in this. And he's like, I already am. And that's true. So it's like it's already gone too far. Just stay. Don't, you don't leave. And he was like very sympathetic and felt bad for her, but at the same time having mixed emotions like, oh, shoot, we're not really married, all these things. She maintains to this point that she did not kill him. She remembers everything except for like that. There's a hole in the story of like that in her memory, in that one piece of like when
Hmm.
he was actually killed that she cannot remember. So we're just waiting on
Can
that.
we guess? I want to guess. So I think that Bridget found Karen's abusive husband,
Hmm.
told him where she was. I think she set this all up because the
Yeah,
chances of
to
him
get her
finding
out.
her, yes, I think she set it up. I think she definitely told him where she was, knew him better than anything, and then followed because she knew they were going to meet up. I think she just like played this all. And Tom's super annoying. Like I can't stand Tom. Like don't be a Tom. Like I just
Don't
don't
be a
understand.
Tom.
Don't be a Tom. Why can't he be honest with his wife? Why can't he tell this neighbor, stay the hell away from me and my family? Like this is all
Literally.
his fault. Like I'm thinking this is all his fault. It's not Karen's fault. She literally tried to get
When
away from
in
an abusive
doubt,
man.
blame the
Ugh.
man.
Yeah, it's all Tom. It's all Tom. Bridget's Tom made Bridget crazy.
Literally, like,
To say something.
it's so bizarre. And then at the end, like, he's going back and forth. He was sympathetic, he was this, he was that. And then at the end, Karen is maintaining she did not kill him. I believe her.
Hmm.
But he has come to the conclusion, wait a minute. Like, when she did snap because she noticed her perfume bottle, like the cap was off or something, when she snapped at him and she's like, no, you have to trust me. Like,
He thinks
I
she's
know
capable
enough.
mother.
Like, I've been abused for not doing everything perfectly. Like, I noticed the little things. And he's like, well, I didn't know she could be like that. So, like,
She must have
seeing
did
her,
it. Hmm.
yeah, he's like, well, she probably is capable and like has come to that conclusion. That's where we left off, which I don't think that shows anything. Like, this woman has been through so
The
much.
woman across the street is like obsessed with you. You can't think it's her. Like,
I don't understand why, to be honest with you, in this whole scenario, I would have come clean like from jump. Like, I would have
100%.
said to the, if anything
Because
happened,
he did nothing wrong. Like, yes, she was married, but he didn't owe that husband anything. Like, the wife said she was leaving. Like, he's a good person. It's not
I
his
would,
fault.
yeah, I would, but I would have told, but I mean,
Hmm.
even Karen, like, don't you
At
think you
least.
would have just told the detectives or the cops, like, this, I don't remember, but this is what's happened to me. I mean, I guess she doesn't want to incriminate herself, and that's why. But
See, I wonder when they showed the picture, she must have known.
she did know. She faked that
Oh,
she
she
didn't
faked
know.
that.
But
Because,
here's the thing,
okay,
she only didn't remember that very small,
part.
like, even in the beginning, she didn't remember the night kind of
Hmm.
too, but she would know the situation. Like, once you see the picture, you know where it's coming from, but she like
Do
acts
we
as
know
if
where he was
nothing.
shot? Was he shot like behind? Is it like
I
was it
don't
like a
remember.
self-defense shooting? Because
I
yeah,
don't
I
remember
don't
the
know.
detail. But they can tell, at least if they're calling it a murder, that it wasn't like self-inflicted. So that's as far as
Mm.
they know. So I
So who
guess
knows?
we'll see.
Plot twist: Tom followed her.
Oh my gosh. It could be with these books these days. I mean, honest to God. But we'll see. So next week we're going to be finishing up the book. So we'll pick up at chapter 33 through the end of A Stranger in the House by Shari Lapena. Amanda, girly, do you want to plug our socials, honey?
Of course. Please make sure you subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, Threads at Book Please Podcast. We're also on little Twitter and little X at Book Please Pod. Thanks, everyone.
Love ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.